Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Ghost Snatchers, a Hong Kong horror comedy from 1986 that was directed by Ngai Choi Lam, the man who brought us Riki-Oh, the story of Riki, the cat, and the seventh curse. So you know this is going to be good. A dinner party at a Hong Kong high-rise goes awry when a party guest becomes a victim of poltergeists, and, as a result, her spirit returns to carry out the sinister plans of the evil presence. Security guards later discover that their office high-rise is haunted by the ghosts of Japanese military men who died in World War II. The evil spirits plan to seek revenge by claiming the lives of humans frequenting the building that were born in a certain year and time. As it turns out, our likable security guard duo are on the hit list for these ghosts, so fearing for their lives, they seek help from a Taoist priestess to vanquish these ghosts. Joyce Godenzi is the female lead here. Some viewers may recognize her from some action films, like Eastern Condors and She Shoots Straight. Check both of those out if you have not seen them. She has a fairly small filmography overall, so it's always nice to see her in something. She plays the Taoist priestess who uses her supernatural spellcasting abilities and knowledge to help defeat these ghosts. Very likable and charming in this particular role. She's very good in this. Joey Wong also has a significant role as one of the guards' girlfriends who helps the team out when necessary. Some fans may recognize her from Green Snake as well as City Hunter. Now, having Joyce and Joey in so many scenes, like both of them get a good amount of screen time in this film. It definitely helps this movie to maintain a certain entertainment value, an entertainment level, especially if you're fans of them and you've seen them before and you like these actresses. So that's a plus for me. Wang Jing is one of the male leads, and he's not annoying at all. I think he's actually more annoying behind the camera, usually, because most of his directorial efforts are basically garbage, with some exceptions. But his performance in this is actually quite good. I was kind of impressed. Our other male lead is Stanley Fong, who has 136 acting credits on IMDb, so my guess is that you will recognize him from something. He's also good in this. So we have a Hong Kong horror comedy with 4 very likable lead characters, so that's a good sign. Sometimes these films can get grating on the nerves, but this one doesn't. Now, one thing that came to mind, actually, while I was watching this, is that the protagonists, at times, almost feel like, or they reminded me of kids that are fighting imaginary ghosts, like in their backyard. Like Joyce Godenzi's character will say something like, "Okay, guys, I'm going to charge your hands with power so you can zap the ghosts." And then she'll do like a little motion with her hands, and then they'll look at their hands and they'll start glowing or something, and then they're like, "All right, now we're charged and we can tangle with the ghosts." It's like something you'd see kids doing in the backyard, and that's exactly part of the charm of some of these movies, like these Hong Kong flicks from back in the day. Some of them have a certain playfulness that's rather infectious, and I think Ghost Snatchers has that quality. The script does actually make some notable contributions. There are some feng shui discussions regarding the positioning of the building and possible changes to the interior of the building that could help repel these evil spirits. Definitely some unique cultural aspects to this one. It's actually quite detailed and sets up the strategy for the characters for the big finale. Very different from what you'd see in an American horror comedy film. The ultimate star of this film, however, is the director, Ngai Choi Lam, who gives us a plethora of completely crazy paranormal shenanigans. So most of the ghosts are played by actors and or made from practical effects, which is pretty hilarious. There's a Mahjong Ghost who is particularly entertaining. Yes, a ghost that is specifically tied to the game of Mahjong. And the interaction between the humans and the ghosts are very creative and fun. The ghosts will kill humans at times, and there is a bit of blood and gore on display at times, but it's portrayed in amusing ways, so it's nothing to get worried about. But overall, the interaction is pretty fun here. There's a fun scene near the very beginning that involves ghostly arms that like bust through some walls in a hallway. Good stuff. A very energetic opening. Very, very Hong Kong. If you're familiar with the cinema. This movie's just packed with creative horror stuff. Some of the special effects are kind of dated, but the creativity makes up for that. It makes them fun to watch. There are a few crazy scenes involving television sets to look out for, and the highlight sequence, thankfully, is the finale because it ends on a high note. Very lengthy, delightfully bonkers, and it's actually surprisingly atmospheric because of the there's tons of like dark red lighting in there, which I'm a big fan of as a Dario Argento fan. You get some of that near the end here. So it's there's I don't want to spoil it for you. There's a boss battle, and it's just phenomenal. So yeah, when this movie ended, I was satisfied. So Ghost Snatchers is a very fun movie. You do have to be kind of in the mood for something a bit nutty and loony, but this is good stuff. This is definitely I'd say one of the better Hong Kong horror comedies that I've seen, from the 80s at least. It's currently available on Region 3 DVD with subtitles. And as always, I'll see you next time.